ability to believe as the terrestrial in the ability of the celestial. There is something called an evil day. It was the evil day in 2 Kings chapter 4 verse 18 and 19. The Bible says it fell on a day as they were with the reapers. The young man shouted, my head, my head, my head, my head, and he passed out. Am I talking to somebody here? My head, and he passed out. Trouble. God is a judge. God will judge wickedness. Someone was preaching in Delta State in a place called Warri. And by prophecy, he was a guest speaker. By prophecy, he asked a question. He said, who is Florence? A lot of Florence were coming out. There was a particular girl. I mean, I'm not mocking her. I'm just trying to be explicit and graphic. She was coming out like this. She was an imbecile. She was walking out. So the host pastor, who was the pastor of the church, did not want the guest speaker to see somebody like that. So he went to block her. He said, turn back, turn back, turn back. You are not the one. He said, but my name is Florence. He said, not you, not your type. Turn back, turn back, turn back. As she turned back, the man who was in the prophetic said, this Florence I'm seeing is an imbecile. And the girl was going. She said, it's me now, it's me. Everybody were confused. They were waiting to hear the prophecy. And the man of God gave another shocker. He said, thus said the Lord, Florence, your wedding shall be the talk of the town. When he said that, people started laughing. Word like this, they kept quiet. A young man in Germany was praying for a future partner. His mother was on him. And the Lord told him, go back home and get married. He's from Port Harcourt, from River State. Go back and get married. He came back in a fast. The Lord said, go to Warri, your wife is there. He checked into a hotel and was just waiting on the Lord, asking for the next direction. As he stood up at the balcony view, he saw two ladies passing. One was walking like that. And God said, that's your wife. He said, He came down and he went close. He looked at both of them. And I said, hey, you. As he turned, the girl that was okay said me. He said no. The next person said me. He said yes. The one that was walking like that. He said yes. Come. And the girl said, rubbish. The young man said, hey, look at this one. Oh. So you think you can just call somebody anyhow like that? You just call. The guy was totally embarrassed. He was irritated. Normal people are responding to call. You like this. You are rejecting. He traced her to their house. And he told the mother, I've seen my wife. The mother was jumping. I told you I didn't want you to marry a white lady. Thank God you have seen one. Oh, how is she? Can we come? Let's make sure we rush it. He said, Mom, you don't understand. Mom, if you see her, you will disown me. He said, but I know you, my son. Everything you have said God told you is correct. He said, but this one I'm confused. On the day, every wedding that I know that is a normal wedding, it is the bridegroom that comes before the bride. But this one, the bride was seated. Everybody was waiting for the bridegroom on the wedding day. People gathered in the wedding. They wanted to see the way Florence would look like inside wedding gown. They were watching. They waited. After a while, the young man was coming. Like somebody they put a gun on his head to marry. Or just walking, looking so dejected. He sat down. While they were singing the hymn, the power of God hit the wedding. Power picked the girl. She landed on the ground and began to roll in a white gown. She was screaming in pain. When she stood up, her arms were straightened. Her legs had responded. To cut a long story short, right now in Germany they have a ministry. She is in charge in the ministry. The young man is actually like a resident pastor. She is the prophetess. When God was talking to that boy, he was saying, go to Nigeria and marry a prophetess. But the young man was seen imbecile, not looking beyond the today. The reason you despise yourself is because you are not seeing tomorrow. You are more than what you are going through. You are more than the present challenges of your life. Though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. Why we look not on the things which are seen, but on the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal, but the things we don't see are eternal. We walk by faith and not by sight. You are more than your experience. Yet though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. Death cannot swallow me. I am walking through the valley. My condition is not my conclusion. Don't look down on me. I am more than what I'm going through. Even in my